Hello, my name's Dan Ainsley. I just want to welcome you to this video, and today we're talking about lead generation systems. Okay, so what we're going to talk about a couple of lead generation systems really that you can start implementing well, straight away after you finish watching this video. So let's get straight on with it. So the first one we're going to be talking about today is we're going to be discussing how to get leads basically from blogging and what is the process involved. Now, anybody who's been doing this for a while will know exactly what I'm talking about, but there are people out there who don't actually know how that you're going to get leads basically from blogging. So the first thing we're going to talk about here is obviously we're going to talk about our blog. So this is our blog. Okay, so essentially what we're going to do is we will be writing blog posts which will be of interest to people who would actually consider opting in to our opportunity. Okay, so this is essentially what we're going to be doing. Now, depending on what business opportunity you're in, you could be in any number. You could be in ProU, Straight SFM. You could be in Empower Network or any of those ones. Okay, but essentially what you're doing is that you're going to be writing blog posts and you're going to be ranking them basically to get to people or to interest people who would eventually be interested in getting involved in your business opportunity. So what normally would happen on the blog is you'd have a banner on the side there, on the footer, and maybe on the top, okay, and then your content will be going in there, okay? Right, so we're moving on to the next thing. If they click on any of these, if they click anywhere here, they're going to go through to something called a squeeze page, and they're going to be asked for their email address, okay? Now, it depends. I mean, most of the time in the industry these days, what they do is just to guarantee, obviously, getting sign-ups, that they'll just be asking for the email address. Now, the next stage after this is that they'll go through to some free content, which will be, often these days, what you're going to find there's going to be a video. You might have a sales page, maybe, but video seems to be the standard thing these days. And essentially, obviously, this will be the content and everything that they will promise, basically, basically at the time when they entered in the email address. And so what you're doing is the whole process here is you're leading them through. Obviously, so you've got them to your blog with your blog post. They've entered the email address now because obviously they've seen your content, they like it, and then they actually saw the banner and they thought, oh, I like that. And so they've gone through to the email, and now they've gone through and they've watched the video. Now they're going to be a join button just down there, and obviously if they click that, obviously they go through and they can make the choice of actually entering their credit card details and joining the opportunity. So, okay, by now I think you get a basic idea of basically how obviously the blogging system works in order for you to actually get leads, etc., etc. So what we're going to do is we're going to move on to the next stage now. So what we're going to talk about now is Craigslist. Okay, so essentially, what is Craigslist? Craigslist, depending on what what city and everything that you're actually advertising in, is actually a free advertising platform. So it's free classified ads. Okay. Now, what you do is, when you do this though, there's a whole different format. You're not necessarily sending them to a squeeze page. What you're actually doing is that you're doing an advert which will basically contain a contact number at the end of it. Okay, so essentially, so you'll have your ad up, or whatever, it could say absolutely anything, then you're going to have a phone number. Okay. Essentially, when they're going to call that number, and it's going to go through to a system which is going to store their message that they left for you. And so what you do then is that you go here, check all your messages, and you give them a call, old-fashioned style. Okay, and essentially that is the method. I've experimented with Craigslist, and they remove your link from the ad. Okay, and so the best recommended process really is just basically to get the phone number, give them a call, and then take it from there. So that's the next lead getting system, the next lead generation system that we're going to be talking about. And we've got one more. Okay, the next one we're going to be discussing pay-per-click. Okay, so for those who are familiar with it, obviously we've got pay-per-click, and you get pay-per-click basically on Facebook. You get obviously other locations, like for example you've got AdWords for those who still have AdWords accounts. I mean, I do know a few people who aren't necessarily marketers who have AdWords accounts, but most people, if you're even, there's even a hint that you're a network marketer or an affiliate marketer, they don't want to know you. Anyway, so obviously you've got AdWords, and then there's several other ones which I'm not actually going to list here. Then you've also got CPV. Okay, so I think we need to really go explain really what is the difference now. Both of these, you are sending traffic to a landing page. Okay, but the different things, the different kind of characteristics that you really need to be aware of, and the way that they arrived. Okay, this here is using keywords. Okay, this here is actually using URL. Well, you can use keywords, but it's actually recommended to use URLs. Okay, so what do I mean by that? It's basically, what I mean is that when you are, say that this is Google search results, and you've got your first one, you've got your second, you've got your third, and all that kind of thing. Right, what is recommended, what the recommended way is obviously that you're going to choose a keyword, and then you're going to choose URLs which are related to that keyword. Now, what am I trying to say here is, right, that the people who would be interested in those URLs would be the kind of people that would be interested in what it is that you are selling. So when you are, obviously there's advertising down the side here, so when they choose to click basically on a URL, they will then actually instead get shown your landing page. Okay, and so the plan is basically you're trying to find URLs which are more likely, anybody who's interested in that will actually be interested in what you have to offer. Okay, and a lot of testing is involved. I mean, with both of these, a lot of testing is involved. So, you know, if you're going out there and or maybe, you know, you're watching this and you've already actually tried doing PPC and CPV and you didn't actually get any results, well, I'm afraid you didn't try hard enough, because I've got results from both. You know, I've had people sign up to my list and, you know, join me and all that kind of thing. So, but it does take testing. Okay, so everything we've talked about today, obviously the 3 examples, they will take testing and they take time to implement, but they get results, and that is the key thing. And once you're rolling, and once you know where your results are coming from or whatever, you know, within no time at all, you can basically seriously upscale, and you become one of the percentage who actually start getting results and start finding success. Anyway, and everybody loves success, don't they? Yes, you do. Good. Anyway, so I hope you found that useful today. If you want more interesting and useful, really helpful information, I think you know where this is going. Check out onlinebusinesssuccess.biz, lead generation systems. Go through to the page, enter your name, enter your email address, go through, watch the free information, and I bet you're going to love it. Thank you very much for watching today. Have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.